7 minutes before 7 o'clock. Good morning, everyone. This is a live look at Jupiter, Florida, where friends and family are holding out hope for a pair of teens who have been missing since their boat capsized over the weekend. The Coast Guard scrambled overnight to check out a rash of reports that they hoped would lead to finding the teenage boaters missing since last Friday. But this morning, there's still no sign of the two boys.
A very good Thursday morning, everyone, and thank you so much for waking up with the Valley today. Kyle Bosch here with Lisa Bedone. We're just getting started with non-stop news and weather all the way up to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. Heavily armed Mexican drug cartels are moving into North Dakota, and the state attorney general says it's a major factor in a big spike in drug offenses and violence.
The latest crime report shows arrests for drug offenses increased dramatically last year, especially in the oil patch. They're up 18%, and police are finding larger quantities of heroin and meth. Murders were also up in 2014, 19 of them statewide. There were some better numbers in the report. For the first time in more than a decade, aggravated assaults are down, and the number of DUIs dropped for the second year in a row. A developing story out of the Twin Cities this morning. Police are investigating what they call a baby's suspicious death.
A 2-month-old boy's mother says she found him unresponsive in his crib at their Eden Prairie home. The child died later that day at a hospital. According to a search warrant, 20 minutes after the doctor told the mother her son was dead, she asked how soon death benefits would be paid. Now, when police started investigating, they learned that the mother was in financial trouble, and investigators believe that might be a motive for the murder. A suspended Pelican Rapids and Fargo doctor has pleaded guilty to obtaining hydrocodone, oxycodone, and other prescription drugs by writing fake prescriptions.
The U.S. State's Attorney's Office in St. Paul says Blair Nelson wrote prescriptions in the names of family members and friends, but picked up the drugs for his own use. A DEA investigation shows he attempted to obtain more than 1,700 pills.
6:51, time to get a look at weather and traffic on the ones. We start with meteorologist Mick Kerr, and sounds like, Mick, we are in for a great day.
You got it. In fact, it looks good already. We do see some clouds, precipitation unlikely, but it looks like Devil's Lake and heading into Nelson County, maybe Steele and Trail, northern Cass, possibly we could see a sprinkle this morning, but I think it's going to fizzle out as the sun comes up. We start 50s to low 60s on the way to the low 80s. Will it be windy today? No. Will it be breezy? Yeah. Depends on your tolerance for wind, but after yesterday, we'll definitely cut it at more than in half. On the way to maybe 15 to 20 miles an hour at times today, gusting occasionally to 25. So we'll call it breezy, but compared to yesterday, piece of cake for being out and about. 83 to 85, southeast North Dakota, west-northwest breeze, low humidity. Being at the lakes today, yes, there's a big walleye chop, so watch out for out on the lakes. Lake waves today will be an issue, but certainly not as bad as yesterday. Sunny, warm, breezy, northwestern Minnesota, 77 to 83. And the 5 to 6 foot waves on Devil's Lake, not an issue today, but 18 to 20, gusting to 25, that's an issue for being out there going for anything on Devil's Lake. But sunny and warm, the forecast for being out there. And this morning, as folks are waking up in the Devil's Lake area, we do have some sprinkles tracking south and east, and they do look like they'll kind of hang together as they move east along Highway 2 into east and northeastern North Dakota. So the wind, there we are, 8 to 15 miles an hour out of the west-southwest. Will be turning west-northwesterly later in the day, 59 to 63 rather. Grand Forks right now at 62, west wind about 8, and Fargo-Moorhead sitting at 59 with a west-southwest wind at 9. Let's get a traffic update now from Al Ahmed.
Good morning, Mick. Good morning, everyone. Traffic's pretty darn thick northbound Interstate 29. Actually, out and out congested, basically between the Tri-Level and 13th Avenue South, and all that list of exits in there. Really got to be extra careful through there. Travel speeds actually dropped down below the posted 40-mile-an-hour speed limit through the work zone. Southbound I-29 traffic is fairly brisk as well. Out on Interstate 94, heavy traffic, no two ways about that, particularly westbound. On eastbound Interstate 94, we have a stalled car right by the ramp onto 8th Street off eastbound Interstate 94. And also on the westbound lane on the Red River Bridge, there's a table laying there. It's over on the off on the shoulder, but something else to be mindful of. And if you're headed into downtown Fargo and downtown Moorhead, an eastbound freight is headed your way. Drive carefully this morning. A lot's going on out here. Al Ahmed, Valley Today traffic.
6:54 now as we turn back to your news headlines. Dozens of protesters gathered at the office of a Minnesota dentist who's the subject of international outrage after the killing of a lion in Africa. Walter Palmer is accused of killing one of Zimbabwe's most prized lions named Cecil after his guides allegedly lured the lion off a protected reserve.
Palmer has not yet been charged with any crime, but officials in Zimbabwe say they intend to pursue poaching charges. Palmer, who is a North Dakota native, released a statement yesterday apologizing to his dental patients for the protests. He earlier said he trusted the local guides to ensure a legal hunt. North Dakota transportation officials say they're playing catch-up with road repairs in the state's oil patch. The Bakken boom has boosted traffic in oil-impacted counties by 71%. The state will spend nearly $1.5 billion on road work in the western part of the state between 2015 and 2017.
The North Dakota Public Service Commission has signed an agreement with the Federal Railroad Administration that adds 2 new track inspectors in the state. Right now, there are only 2 inspectors that are keeping a look on 3,000 miles of railroad tracks in North Dakota. The commission expects to begin hiring the new positions later this week. The North Dakota PSC has also issued the highest fine ever against a company for violating the state's call before you dig law. Northern Excavating of Jamestown will have to pay a $10,000 fine for damaging underground utilities. Now, the PSC says that in some cases, the company did call before they dug, but they still were not careful during the excavating process.
Minnesota Governor Mark Dayton wants a special session sometime next month to consider an emergency financial aid package for resorts and other businesses in the Lake Mille Lacs area. But the House Speaker says it's too early to bring lawmakers back. Dayton is concerned about the economic hit that the popular fishing destination will suffer if state officials close the walleye season early due to a dwindling fish population. He and legislative leaders will meet next week to talk about the issue. In this morning's Consumer Alert, there are more older vehicles on America's roadways.
A new survey by IHS Automotive says the average vehicle in the U.S. is now a record 11.5 years old. Now, research shows that because of quality and reliability improving, that's why more older vehicles are staying on the road longer. Now, even though the average vehicle age isn't showing a sign of reversing, it is starting to flatten as buyers do return to the car market in big numbers. New car sales expected to top 17 million this year.
Today is the 10th annual Miracle Treat Day, one of my favorite days of the year, and every blizzard sold at DQ, you are helping kids in need, children who have to go to the Children's Hospital, specifically here in town, Sanford Children's Hospital.
Yeah, the Valley Today's Christy Larson is joining us live from the downtown Moorhead Dairy Queen with more on the tasty details of how you can get involved. Christy?
Good morning, Kyle and Lisa. This is a great way for an excuse to eat not only just one, but maybe a couple extra blizzards today. Miracle Treat Day, and we do have Hillary Mork and Troy DeLeon. I got it wrong. I had it right before, but let's start with Hillary and let's talk about Children's Miracle Network and what they do for every child who comes into their services.
Sure. So Children's Miracle Network helps Sanford Children's have the best of the best for the kids. We have high-tech medical equipment to help care for the sickest of the sick, special programs that are unique to sick and injured kids to help them maybe cope through their hospitalization or a treatment that they're going through, as well as research and education.
And every dollar really does help. Last year, $92,000 just in our area was raised. And that's why it's so important to have partnerships like right here in Moorhead, where they're donating every dollar from every blizzard.
Absolutely. We love our Dairy Queens, and $92,000, it's a lot of blizzards sold. So we have a great partnership with Dairy Queens, and we couldn't do the work we do for the kids without their help.
And Troy DeLeon,
there we go.
You own this Moorhead Dairy Queen, and it is a little unique because it's not a chill and grill. It's one of the ones where people stand outside, rain, shine, everything to come and support you guys. And now this is one of the days that you guys are supporting kids in the area too.
Yes, it's a great event and a lot of fun, and we just try to make it as exciting as possible for people. I know there will be a line out there today, but we'll get to you. Don't worry. Just come and enjoy.
Yeah, and you do have also a card here too.
A card that it's like buying a Blizzard. If you want to order them for your business, your coworkers, whatever, we can order them, deliver them tomorrow, and you'll be set to go.
Yeah. And again, you said you guys have a nice lineup that's going to be over here. You're going to have people at every station making those blizzards, about 16 every minute. So even though you may see a long line, they are going to try to get through as quick as possible. And again, Kyle and Lisa, what blizzard favorite, what blazer, well, we're just done. We're done this morning. I had a cold mouth from eating so many blizzards.
I was going to say, your tongue's frozen from eating too many blizzards. I think we're pretty happy with just about anything that you're going to bring to us. Christy Larson reporting live from the Moorhead DQ. Thank you, Christy. How many blizzards do you think she tasted?
Oh, at least
flavors.
3 or 4,
yeah, I mean, she maybe didn't eat 3 or 4 total. Or she probably did. Let's get her answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. More than 40% of drivers have been caught doing this.
The answer? Talking to themselves. Remember, you can take part in our question of the morning at our Valley News Live Facebook page. And great day to sit outside and stand in line for those blizzards.
Absolutely incredible day for a blizzard with a high in the low 80s.
Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. We'll have more local news and weather for you right here in just 25 minutes.
Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.